Hi everyone, so I hope you're having a great day. We can start. Marius will join us in a moment. So today we'll have the development update covering our recent development from the technical standpoint as well as the marketing side and so on. We will also discuss the future plans for the next month as well as for the rest of the year. So let's get started. As for the agenda, we will cover MoveX Rewards, MoveX Exchange, as well as the listing plans. So, starting with MoveX Rewards, as you can see, the program has been already a big success. We have more than 600 members subscribed. Over 100 million in Move Rewards has been already distributed. And this is only the beginning. We haven't even started onboarding our influencers that we are in contact with. So this is all the organic growth from the community. So I really believe that in the future, once the platform is fully developed, this will be another booster to the growth of the platform and the project itself. As you can see, apart from rewards, we have been mentioned as top gainers 3 times in 1 week from Binance Smart Chain. So you can see this in our Twitter. Moving on. We also wanted to boost the reward start with ad campaigns. So just to have other incentives for growth, we've implemented this reward system, then added ad campaigns, and also introduced the 0% buy tax for the limited time. So this is actually a very cool thing because we've been approved by Reddit, and from what I know and from what I've spoken with the Reddit team, they barely approve any crypto projects or tokens. In this case, we can promote our platform as a product, so basically as a software as a service. And we haven't even started this ad campaign, so I think it will be really successful. But even from Facebook ads, which have started yesterday, you can see that the traffic has really improved. So it's over 10K users per day, and it's still growing, so I think that's a very good sign. We can also track buyers on things like Move Exchange, so the buy widget on the website, and it definitely shows that apart from the visitors, we also have buyers coming from these campaigns. So this is only the beginning. So this covers MoveX Rewards and ads. And as for the marketing, this is obviously only the beginning. We want to continue with MoveX Rewards and capitalize on that. So apart from the organic growth, we will onboard influencers to promote the program because they have obviously a much bigger reach and much bigger audience. We already have a few deals signed, so you can expect some cool updates. Coming back to other things, so listing plans. So basically, we were in contact with a few exchanges and have an arrangement with 2 of them. So this is KuCoin and Gate.io. As for KuCoin, basically we need a little bit more volume and we should be good to go. So this is one thing. As for Gate.io, so basically due to the regulations, they have problems with customers from the United States and Canada and so on, and this prolongs the process. But we have a couple arrangements already made, so don't worry about that. Everything is fine. This will be just pushed back in time, and we made sure that we are covered in case that we want to go yet with another top 10 action. So we cannot share the name yet, but I think that you'll be happy with it. So Marius, do you have maybe something to add to this?
Yeah, basically I think it pretty much covers it all. So everything is still on track, don't worry. And yeah, the name is also big. So let's just stay tuned for the updates. And I think the next part will be something where I can tell you a bit more.
Yeah, so let's move to the next part, which I think is very important because this is the very core of the project. So Marius will tell you a bit more about its features as well as the token utility. So Marius, the floor is yours.
Yes. So I think one thing needed to be a bit more clear from our side. So a lot of people over the course of this project were asking about the utility of our token and what's like how to really summarize what the MoveX is all about. And there are a couple of the so in the very first presentation we have introduced MoveX roughly as CrossChain exchange, and the exchange part is something that we've been working on this whole time. But right now, after we have released the rewards, this core, this heart of this platform is actually in full development. And it's not far from being complete, actually. So what is Move Exchange? To put it very, very easily, it allows you to do the exchange at the best price possible on the market. So you can think about it of a DEX aggregator with an included order splitter. So if you want to exchange, let's say, BNB to BUSD, your order will get split into smaller orders and executed at the best possible price by taking some of the liquidity from the pools, yada, basically TLDR. You're gonna get the best rate. You're gonna get better rate than you would get on PancakeSwap or any other place when you're gonna be exchanging tokens. That's one thing. It will automatically detect taxes or any fees for you. You have already seen that on our buy move on the website feature. This was so the same mechanism will be also available for you in the exchange. And also, last but not least, well, actually very important, it's not just spot trade, it's also limit orders. So with battle tested technology that is similar to what others use. So we have taken this technology, then later developed it to be even better, even more performant than before. But this is something that's been also battle tested in other projects. Details will come later. So, but maybe even more important for you as investors, aside from the pure utility of this tool, is that well, the business model that makes most sense in all of the tokens is that the platform earns some fees, and then the fees are distributed to the stakers that stake the token. And you can see this, for example, in the PancakeSwap. So in PancakeSwap, if you provide liquidity, you're gonna get rewards from the tokens that you are providing, and if you stake their token, you're gonna also get some more cake. And very similarly here, because along with exchange, we will be introducing staking. You will gonna get proportionally the part of the trading fees that are incurred on the platform. So let's imagine that we are charging 0.1% of each trade. So if the user can pay it either in Move or in BNB, in which case this is converted to Move, which causes buy pressure, right? Everybody wins. So the contract will automatically swap BNB for Move if the user pays with BNB for the trading fees. So this is pretty awesome. And then these moves will be distributed to the stakers proportionally to the part in the staking pool. So the more platform gets used, the more APY goes up, and the better return you have on your investment. So you can think about it as a stake in a profit of the platform, which is what it should be in my opinion. So that introduces real life utility, not just something. So not just by holding, not just by staking and redistributing staking rewards, not just by the MoveX rewards platform, but actual utility that is connected with the platform itself. So this is something I think we've all been looking forward to, and this constitutes a solid ground for long-term investment and holders.
Yeah, very well said. And
I think, Michael, you may summarize this a bit because I think I went overboard with specific a bit.
No worries. I think you've explained it pretty well, but maybe just to give a few examples. So the first thing is that rates provided on the platform will be much better than on, for example, PancakeSwap, so up to 5%. And why this is big? Because imagine that from every 100K somebody puts in, he or she can save up to 5,000. So obviously, if the sum is even bigger, so the money is even bigger. So it can actually attract more investors and bigger investors to use the platform. And this is possible thanks to the technology we've been developing, splitting the orders, looking for the best prices from different liquidity pools, and also utilizing the tech for things like auto slippage and so on. So as Marius has mentioned, this will also include limit orders, and will be a very cool thing. I think one of the core features, or even a single core feature of the platform. So this will also provide the utility for the token, because from each transaction, the fee will be paid in MOVE or BNB on Binance Smart Chain. So every transaction will be a constant buying pressure for the MOVE token. If somebody pays in BNB, so then it's cool, because this will just get converted to MOVE and still provide the buying pressure. So this is actually a very cool utility, providing buying pressure, and additionally, these fees will also be used for staking, just to make sure, because at the moment we have the airdrop wallet, so the portion of it will be converted to staking rewards, but just to make sure that we can keep this system relevant, we need a business model and a tech model to support it. So this is how it will work. So I'm really excited for this, because this provides utility for the token, which is, in my opinion, much better than just hold the token just to access features. And this is very simple yet very effective. So yeah, I think that's
maybe I can. Thanks for this summarization. Let's spend a couple more minutes on this, because this is actually important to touch upon. If you take a look at certain tokens that only have the utility, like hold some tokens to access this feature, yada yada, it doesn't really work well long term. So this is fine, but then we have noticed, all right, we gotta do something bigger than this. We gotta do a long-term incentive for people to hold the token, but by sharing these profits. And initially, the staking rewards will be also subsidized by the airdrop wallet. This is a very common practice. Pretty much all of the tokens that offer staking are doing this at the beginning, because obviously just straight after release, the user base of the platform is not high enough to give you this rate. But this grows very fast, especially with MoveX Rewards. This really goes viral, and then you're gonna get even far better rate on the staking, thanks to the fact that you're basically getting redistributed revenues, almost like dividends.
And we are just getting started, because this is only the second day of rewards, and we already have 600 users. So imagine once influencers come in, imagine once the platform is more developed, this system will still stay there, and will still serve as a very cool, let's say, viral marketing factor.
When we go CrossChain, which is also planned.
Yeah. So this is also very important before we move to another slide. So we don't want to stop on Binance Smart Chain, as previously mentioned. So X stood for CrossChain as well. So we've run some initial tests, and the results are very promising. So we should definitely be able to take selected features CrossChain. And Marius, maybe you can tell a bit more which blockchains we are considering here.
Okay, so this is not set in stone, so please don't tell us later that this is what we have declared and so on. But just from the initial research, we're thinking about, obviously, BSC will remain available, and the token will be available on the BSC. But then, aside from this, we have Ethereum, we have Polygon, and Avalanche, which we're looking for as the chains that we want to expand in the first round of this cross-chain expansion, and then who knows. But these are the most likely candidates. I'm not saying all at once. I'm not saying which gonna be first, because we really don't know. But these make more sense in terms of ratio of investment to utility, because a lot of tokens are launched there on all of these chains. And you know, the thing is that they don't really even have a proper charting platform. I mean, I'm actually investing myself in a couple of Ethereum and Polygon projects, and I mean, BSC may not be, you know, some of the people say things about BSC, but it really has the best utilities out there. Like, even, you know, you can even get a decent chart, and like contract audit, don't even get me started, but you can see any of these on these chains. And, you know, Ethereum is actually bigger than BSC, so like, why? But that's the real life.
Yeah, and as for Avalanche or other chains, so for Avalanche, there are some tools, some charts and so on, but they don't work too well. Also, the blockchain explorer is sometimes laggy. So yeah, so we want to capitalize on that with our platform too, and just to make sure that we start with the most popular blockchains that people actually use. There are some other up-and-coming ones like Phantom, which can still be considered, but just to start with this first round, so probably Ethereum, Avalanche, and Polygon. Yeah, so moving on, talking about the exchange. So Marius, I think you can tell a bit more about this, because this is a very initial idea. Basically, we've been doing some brainstorming with a design agency. So when developing the exchange or other features, we want to make sure that the user experience, that the design is pretty straightforward. So even for rewards, I think it's really simple. Just, you know, go to the website, get your link, and you can get started. So we want to take the approach to other features as well.
So as you know, with this MoveX rebranding and vision adjustment, one of the core values, I mean, this was actually true even before that with the safety audit, but nevertheless, it remains that we want to democratize crypto and make it available to everyone, so that these tools are easy to use, to have proper user experience, something that you can see on bigger platforms, on top centralized exchanges. And we do not want to lag behind it. We actually want to improve upon it and capitalize on the unique opportunities that only decentralized exchanges have. So we decided to engage in some additional work with an agency that helps us, that is currently working with us to help us make the interface a bit more, well, nicer, that's one thing, but more convenient, more user-friendly, to make it easier to use our platform, to make sure that all of the information you can see that are right there. And it's no small feat actually to try to build a platform like this, because you have so much information around. You have charts, you have this swapping, exchange, or limit order thing, and ideally you want to show all of these functionalities on one screen when you're analyzing a token. You also want some sneak peek from the safety audit, just to, you know, to give a quick look whether it's safe or not. And on the other hand, you don't really want to overwhelm the user with information. So this is difficult, and this requires specialists in the user experience and design. That's why we're also working with an additional agency to make sure that this is really user-friendly as it can possibly be. And we don't know yet when these changes will be implemented. We don't know what the final version look like, but just so you know, we're also working on making the experience more available, nicer, and just, you know, more beautiful. That's it.
Yeah, very well said. So this will actually be the next upcoming feature. So Move Exchange along with staking, because they both support each other based on the utility of the token. And as for this design, this is obviously not the final version, just to let you know that we are taking this very seriously, also not only from the tech side, which is pretty amazing to me, because imagine who doesn't like to save money up to 5% compared to other exchanges. So this is actually huge for any promotion purposes, or just for the trade. But also the design itself is very important, just to make sure that it's very straightforward, accessible to everyone, and so on. Yeah.
So this is not just about saving money. This is actually more important than that. Basically, a lot of people do not use DEX for when they when they can't, just because the rates are unfavorable, and they will go to Binance, KuCoin, or everywhere else to get a better rate, especially if you're exchanging, for example, the BNB USD pair, like highly liquid pair. You're gonna get a bad rate on the PancakeSwap. Unfortunately, that's true, and people will just send it to their custodial wallet and exchange there. And this is also a barrier in adoption. So we want to stop this, and we want to say, all right, so you're gonna get the same rate here on the decentralized exchange. You don't have to go back there. You can just use our platform. You're gonna get the same rate with the same experience, and
without any KYC. So this is
and with more tokens available, because nobody else has as many tokens as the DEXs. That's true.
Yes, so you will be able to access any token without the need of KYC, also with best rates. So personally, this has also been a problem for me, because when I was trading a year ago or something, or even now, the problem is that if you want to get best rates, you have to basically go to Binance, Coinbase, and so on, and the token has to be listed there. And even if you want to trade some lower market cap coins, the rates really differ from liquidity pool to liquidity pool. So we've been observing this, for example, on Ethereum versus BSC. It really matters a lot. You can get crazy savings and basically do this in a very simple way. Yeah, so this should be released as for the time frame. We don't want to promise, but the initial estimate is late April, early May for MOVE Exchange and staking to come along the way. So thank you very much for listening to the development update, and we can now head to the AMA session. So if you have any questions, please raise your hand.
All right, we can move to Tony. Tony, you're unmuted, and you just need to unmute yourself.
Okay. Hi guys.
Hi there.
Good job so far with everything. I love the site. The site's phenomenal. I've been AFK for a while. It was a good surprise to come back and see something so slick. The only problem I have is you have an option to buy. You click buy on the site and you can buy, but you can't sell on that site. Now I understand the reason you probably don't have that enabled, but from my perspective, I'm just thinking you're going to have people leaving the site to go somewhere else to do that transaction anyways. So wouldn't it be better to keep them on your site and just change it from buy to trade, so they can buy and sell MOVE on your own site rather than have them sell it somewhere else? Because you're moving them to other parties instead of keeping everything in-house. Just my thought.
Yeah, I definitely agree with this. So the buy MOVE on the website was the first version of MOVE Exchange, and this was pretty limited in functionality, but has already included AI auto slippage. So that's why we have only enabled limited features, because not all of them were available at the time. That being said, with the MOVE Exchange, you're going to be able to do all of these operations. So we will be able to buy, sell, MOVE, and all of the other tokens that are out there. You will also have the handy safety audit. So if you accidentally paste the wrong address and it doesn't paste the audit, you're going to get a warning, which maybe will save you from investing in a honeypot. Wow. That's roughly the same name. I mean, we have the building bricks for it, right? So why not connect it? Why not make this a one-step experience? Like, why not? We have all we need for this.
That'll be fantastic. Yeah, looking forward to it. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, you're welcome. So this is actually very important since once a token gets popular, so there's almost always a problem that there are copycats with the same name but different addresses. So here, if you paste the address and just don't have the audit or some problems, you should get a warning. Yeah, but as Marius has mentioned, so in a month or so, there will be the full version released, including both buy and sell, not only for Move, but for all tokens available on the blockchain. Yeah, and with limit orders. So
on multiple blockchains.
On multiple blockchains. Okay. Yeah. So we can move on to another question. Thank you, Tony.
Hey guys, I appreciate your time. My question involves the cross-chain capabilities that you have mentioned. You said that there's a couple of things that you guys are working on to bring cross-chain, and I think I looked at the roadmap and I didn't see anything particularly pertaining to cross-chain. What are some of the first capabilities that you guys are looking to bring? Is it going to be the audit first, buying, selling, or what? Just curious as to what your roadmap is on the cross-chain capabilities.
Yeah, so if you look at the website, the white paper / Gitbook, you're gonna see that back then we were planning to research the cross-chain, right? When we were writing this, and maybe this actually needs a small update because we have seen some promising updates on this front. So the first, to answer your question, the first capabilities we want to add is audit and chart. So these two things we want to make available on multiple chains, and that will help you to gather some steam and look at some new coins, and then sometime later we want to also have the cross-chain exchange as well.
Okay, thanks.
All right, let's bring up Amaris Ayala. You just have to unmute yourself and you'll be in.
Yes, hi. My question related to the listing. So when do you anticipate there being a listing in terms of, 3 months, 6 months? Also, I have a question in terms of US and Canadian investors. It seems that we're kind of restricted in terms of investing directly into MarketMove. Is there a reason why, and how do you foresee that kind of panning out long term?
So I can answer this question. So the first point, as for the listing, so it should be a couple of weeks from now. Basically, we already have arrangements, just have to make sure that the regulations are on point. And answering the second part of the question, so I think you mean buying Move with credit or debit cards, and this is due to the fact that Indacoin doesn't allow US and Canadian citizens. So we will think about a way to solve this, but for now you can just use our widget on the website to do that. But for credit or debit card purchases, so unfortunately, I believe there is only one company which we are in contact with, by the way, which allows this. But yeah, so this is an external partners issue, unfortunately.
Yeah, so as long as you're able to get BNB or like BUSD or anything like this on the Binance Smart Chain, you can just use our website, or failing that, to traditional methods like PancakeSwap. But you gotta just purchase BNB somewhere. In the US, there should be ways to do this. I think you have Binance.us, for example, or Crypto.com. So you can invest in this, no problem.
Yeah, and this is actually a very important factor on why people should use decentralized exchanges more, in my opinion, because as you can see, you can just get restricted, and then you have problems with buying a token. And with decentralized exchanges, first, you cannot get restricted, there is no KYC, and you can buy any token. It even doesn't have to get listed first. It's there on the blockchain. So yeah, so as Marius has mentioned, you can use BNB for now, but then we will also try to work on that to provide direct purchases. So,
yeah, with the ever increasing regulations, especially in the beginning of this year, I think the importance of decentralized exchanges and all of the tools that support these exchanges will only grow in importance. Because back in the day, maybe people were just, it's all right. I can just, purchase on my favorite centralized exchange and be good to go. So why do I even, use this DEX thing? But now maybe this is our time to shine. So I expect the future to be bright in this case.
Yeah, I believe the centralized exchanges will be more and more popular. Even myself, received an email from Binance requesting additional information, like some invoices, source of income. So this is crazy in my opinion, because the regulations are getting more and more strict. So yeah, we don't want that in crypto, and we'll try to do everything to make it accessible and safe, as well as decentralized and anonymous. Okay, so thank you for the question. I think we can take like 2 more. So if you want to ask us anything, please raise your hand.
Okay, let's bring in Roushington. Just unmute yourself and you'll be good to go.
Hey guys, glad to be here. So I noticed on the whiteboard that there is a plan for MoveX spin where you're partnering with a bunch of companies or just external partners. I wanted to know, what plans do you have set for that? Have you talked to them now, or is it more of like a conceptual thing that you're just working on?
I would say it's the latter for now, because this is at the end of the roadmap. So we're not really working on this right now because we want to lay foundations for the exchanging and everything. But MoveX Spend is basically a feature to close the circle, right? So if you already have the crypto on your wallet, we just want to make it easier for you to spend the crypto and get some real world services or products for it. So this is really more of like a convenience feature. So that's the idea. It's an opportunity to onboard partners to work with us and provide a way to spend crypto. So that's really, it's more like an invitation to the partners out there that we are open for this. We want to showcase these opportunities. For example, if you want to spend on airline tickets or travel or anything like that, and there are partners that are willing to do this, and there are partners that are willing to do this, we want to make sure that you know about them, so you have the full information, and you don't really have to offer them to fiat first. You can just work with them directly, and not go back to the traditional financial system. Because the idea is that we want to make sure that with crypto, you can just eventually pay for real world services. So you can earn in crypto, you can spend your crypto. And that's the ultimate dream, right? I mean, that's I think that's something what we would all want to see one day.
Gotcha. I appreciate it.
Welcome.
All right. Thank you, Roushington. Let's take in Anthony. Just unmute yourself and you'll be ready to go.
Hi, my question is, why is the slippage so high when I buy on PancakeSwap, 8% usually? Why is the slippage high?
I can take this one. So this is our original tokenomics that supports reflections. So before there was even a concept for staking, we have designed the token to give reflections from all of the buys and sells, so that to incentivize the long-term holders. So the slippage is still there because you have 7% buy tax. But we're working on reducing the slippage when we're gonna release the staking, because then the reflections may just not be important anymore.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, and I guess we can take one more final question. So if you have anything, so please raise your hand.
All right, we got ID. Just make sure you unmute yourself there.
Like MoveX NFT ID.
Yeah, like
Yeah, Job, quite appreciate it. I know there's been up and down with people, asking questions why don't, they just seem to understand they are traders and they are investors. Anyway, my question is, with the way the government of each of all these countries now are now coming with, what's it called, regulations, along the line, is there going to be a way where MarketMove, we have to change their plans? Because I know you are actually towards decentralized exchange, and with the government trying to regulate decentralized, is there going to be a way where you might have to divert or have to change the cost of plan in the long run?
Okay, so I think it's a pretty broad question. Well, I don't really see, because as long as the blockchain is operating, there is nothing that actually prevents you from building a DApp like ourselves and provide services like ourselves, right? So I don't see how this could be regulated. And maybe eventually we're just gonna have to turn into a DAO, so decentralized autonomous organization, which actually would be pretty awesome. But aside from that, I don't see any reason for that. It's just, it's the only thing I see here. Maybe the on-ramping features, so providing a way to buy crypto with the credit card. So that's something the regulators may try to hinder or the progress in this regard. But as long as we're talking crypto to crypto exchanges, I don't see a reason why that would be somehow less available. Unless certain legislation in your country strictly prohibits using DEXs, but we didn't see it happen anywhere yet, and I don't think this is going to happen.
Yeah, thank you very much for that.
And be sure to get your MoveX NFT ID. So this is coming after the exchange in a couple of days.
Oh, okay.
Okay, guys, so thank you very much. If you have any other questions, so our moderators will be there to answer. And just to sum up the most important things from the AMA for people who joined a little later. So Move Exchange, the full version of it is coming late April, early May. It will include limit orders and come along with staking. As for the centralized exchange listing, this is still on track. We have arrangements made and just have to make sure that everything goes smooth with regulations, and there are just some external factors which we cannot control, but everything is still fine here. Yeah, we are moving faster and faster with releases, so we might even be able to get other features sooner than later. The tech team has been working very hard on this, so yeah, I'm really excited and looking forward to the months to come. So yeah. Thank you very much, and have a great weekend.
Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great weekend. And
thank you.
Speak to you.
Bye-bye.